What is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, with a little bit of a radiant this week, we are definitely getting into what I was calling. Now that we're seeing just what the heck is going on with the spiritual, like projections and stuff like that, it's clear that whatever happens pretty much after this is going to give us, that information as to why this guy in the secret passage A knows our main character, B is afraid of Seth so much, supposedly. Like, he says he can never forget those horns, so another great reason why I was skeptical of the brother, and not only just the brother, but Grimm as well. They both kind of give me the feeling that they're hiding something, more or less. Um, because of that, it leads to this notion that whoever really goes ahead and, shows us that whatever they're, oh my god, this guy, whatever they're gonna do with the, like, grand scheme of the show, it's probably gonna lead us to believe, whoever is in the right or wrong is going to be having some serious questions from people who probably shouldn't ask the questions. Like, for instance, girls knowing that that's Seth, and that, probably people are going to still mistake this astral projection as something deadly and a nemesis and all this. But when it really comes down to is that's their actual friend, that's someone that they know, and because of this, it should lead them to believe that something much more is going on, including seeing how he's someone that wants nothing but the best for, humans, or at least wants the best for people. Like, he's clearly not an evil kid that you can clearly take away from his personality and stuff like that. So I thought that was an interesting overall approach for them to kind of give us now this new look at Seth's character as a whole, and say, yet again, he's getting in trouble, but whenever he gets in trouble, he usually saves people as much as he is getting in trouble as well. So it's one of those things where either you get in trouble while doing the right thing, or you don't die a lonely death without doing what you believe was right. So it comes down to whatever Seth wants to do at the time. He has so much power, he has so much overall, like, potential, that he could save and help a lot of people. It's just some of these people don't even want his help, don't even want to be saved. So it really draws an interesting narrative as a whole as to, if they do want these things, why do they seem so, away from that? In the case of when we see them, we couldn't tell if they wanted it or not at times. And that's clear with this week's episode, but I definitely want to see where that all is going to lead us. Not only that, we have some information now with, Seth's, a little bit of Seth's backstory, or a little bit of what he may have done to be so hated, or, not be hated, but what he could have done without knowledge of him doing the stuff. It could be another step into that, and seeing just what he's done and how things have kind of evolved around him because of it, and his life changing and whatnot. So, if anything, I think Radiant is definitely becoming even more and more sneaky and stuff like that. Like, it's definitely a weird coincidence that as soon as he comes here, not only is he having this dream constantly where he's seeing somebody or seeing himself doing something he's never actually done before, but since he's here, he has done it, right? Like he has been doing this. He has been overall been here supposedly. And that was a really weird aspect of just in general what was happening for him. Um, I don't know. It's definitely one of these things now where it's like whatever happens happens, but at the same time, whenever we get to the point of no return with this show and we get so much going on that we really can't, turn a blind eye to a lot of the stuff. Kind of like Seth. I love that. I love that Seth is pretty much just a normal person in these areas, and because the bad things are happening, he can't turn a blind eye to it. He can't just be like, "Oh well, it's whatever. I'll just allow this place to deal with it themselves." Like that's just not how he gets down, and I do truly like that about his character and how he's kind of been growing on us as a whole. So I do look forward to seeing more of that and what people actually are, considerably liking about the show. Because as of right now, I feel like a lot of people picked up Radiant and finished the first season just so they can watch the second season, which is how it's supposed to be. But it does suck that it took them this long to even be interested in it when it's always had these really great parts of the show already. Like there was already a lot to take in, and to think that people are just now kind of dipping their foot in is a little disappointing, but at the same time, it's understandable because a lot of people don't even, I don't know, a lot of people don't even really give shows the proper watch chance. Even when they do, even when they do recently get into it, they'll kind of already have stigmas and heard different things that might, turn them away from the show. Things like that are usually what uh, make people back out or make people second guess and stuff. So I thought it was interesting that because it felt like that there was already some type of, there's people out there that had these negative opinions of the show, that the show still is doing exactly what it is supposed to do, and that's be entertaining, that's enjoy itself, that's actually be uh, what it not only what it wants to be, but what it needs to be. And what it needs to be is just a show that it actually wants to, showcase us. And I like that. Only problem is now we got to deal with some really trash characters in the case of it looks like the people that we got to be worried about are some people that we could easily expect. Like someone who straight up grabs the neck of the girl that we are, being taken in by, and she's treating us nicely. He grabs her by the neck, and next thing you know, her eyes kind of get like this weird pattern on it. So nothing was said about that, nor was the pattern shown again. But the thing that like kept us thrown off and asking what the heck is going on is the fact that after he has done this, the whole time he's like telling the captain that they can't take this girl out, right? Like she can't go out. She shouldn't be volunteering. She shouldn't be, in this battle and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. So for them to go to that level, or for him to go to that level to protect her, including after him like seemingly messing with her right before all of this even pops off, seems a little fishy, right? Seems a little fishy. But yeah, overall, it's definitely getting interesting. I was already really interested in the pacing of this season compared to just the last season. Like, if you look at what was going on, it's always this honeymoon phase where they kind of have to explain a lot of different different sides and stories of the show. But then once you get past it, all of a sudden you're looking at so much possibility within Radiant, and not only the possibility, but you then look at the people who are against our main character and what he stands for supposedly, and we have someone like Dragonoff, an amazing character that saw somebody who he could instantly be like, okay, by me knowing she's here and Seth's here, then I can, eliminate the process of, um, oh, this goes to show that if anybody kind of destroys or gets in the way any way, shape, or form, he's probably going to deal with it his own way. He's not going to really care what others, um, say or how they try to stop him and whatnot, because he's already proven that now he doesn't care. He doesn't even care what these people who just recruited him do. He's literally like, if it comes down to me saving people, I'm gonna save people, and there's nothing no one can do about it, pretty much, right? Like, that's this mentality that this man has lived by for like every single time I've watched him, right? Like, that's just his character. That's just how he is, and I love that about him. And at the same time, he has so much in common with Seth. It's crazy to think that they're not on the same side, even though I mean, they kind of are on the same side because they fight to protect people. So that literally puts them on the same side, in my opinion. Because if it comes down to the people needing to be saved compared to them fighting it out and getting across their points, they're definitely going to save the people. They're definitely going to put aside their differences and make sure everyone that they can get out gets out. And I love that about Dragonoff and the way that they have slowly built his character into that person. Like, it's just something that you should expect at this point, is what they're going with. And I think that's an amazing way of creating character differences between, more characters than just one. So we'll see how that plays out for him, if it's good, if it's bad, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime Jake, and I will definitely talk to you in the next. Oh my god, I got popped. I'll definitely talk to you in the next one, though. I'm thinking of what I want to talk about next, but I think I already know. So with all that being said, take care and peace.